Hey, what's going on, guys? I know I don't upload to YouTube very much. I stream more on Twitch, but I wanted to show you guys this really cool trick I learned. So if you want to join me over here on my streaming PC, let me try to make this bigger for you and show you what we got going on. I figured out a way to put on the season wins, damage, and our kills along with the ranking. So let's jump right into this. I'm going to go ahead and create a new scene for this one, and what we want to do is we want to add in a browser source. So once we add in our browser source, we will we'll do our kills first. So we'll type in Apex kills and hit enter. Actually, I think this was one from earlier, so go back to this one. Now we'll add in that browser source. I'll type in Apex kills, and what we can do right here under this URL is we want to go over to our browser. I'm using Google Chrome. I'm sure you've all been on this website. You can go to apex.tracker and not where I wanted to go, but okay, apex.tracker.gg, and what you can do here is you can select either Windows, PlayStation, or Xbox, and this trick will work for you're only using OBS, so you can do this on any platform, but we're gonna select PlayStation, and I'm gonna select my profile right here. You can favorite it and everything else, and then it'll be here next time. You can put in your friends if you want to compete and see where they are versus yourself. But anyways, you'll be brought to this page right here. So what we want to do is we want to use this page as our source. So we're gonna, on your profile, you're gonna select it and copy, and then go back over to your OBS, and in this URL we're going to paste that link, and then we want to change the width and height. I'm gonna go 1920 by 1080, and then I will completely delete that whole entire CSS, and then hit OK, and then now we will be presented with this page right here. So what I want to do is I want to concentrate on the season stats, not the overall, which the overall is off anyways because I have way more kills than this overall. It just only shows what your selected legend is at that moment. Like even right here it says my Pathfinder overall kills is 4,900, but my season kills is 67. So there are a few bugs, but this is the best way to do it. So I'm going to work on the season wins, damage, and kills. So we'll do our, what do we say, Apex kills. So we'll do our kills first. So if you try to bring this screen down, you're just going to end up shrinking it down smaller and smaller. So what you can do, a little trick, is you can hold the Alt key on your keyboard and select that corner and then crop it. So we're going to go down here to our kills, and we're going to just try to box this in, and we will grab this one as well while holding Alt and bring it up and cover right here. I'm going to go right to the edge of that red line. Now don't worry about trying to make all of your boxes the exact same size. That's not going to matter here in a second. So we have our season kills done. So let's go ahead and add another browser source, and this one we will do Apex wins, and then we will add that same URL as again, and then we will go 1920 by 1080, and delete all of that, hit OK, and then okay, now we're gonna do our wins. So again, holding Alt, we will shrink this down to try to box this guy in, and then bring this up as well. And then I am going to, right now, I'm gonna line this up. These what you can do is you can get close, and then you can use your arrow keys to get like perfectly on, and I'm gonna just overlap these a little. Don't worry about if it's over this, it's not gonna matter in a minute once we're done. Okay, that looks about good. So now we will add our last one, which I'm going to do our damage. So Apex damage. Hit OK. We will add our source and then change this again to 1920 by 1080. Delete this entire CSS. Hit OK. And now hold Alt. We're going to bring this down for our damage. Bring this up. I have not been playing this week, so I'm just noticing right now my stats or my ranking rather is going down a little bit. That's okay though, we'll catch up now that we got this stream all set up nice. Okay, so we're gonna put this one here. That looks right, that looks close enough. So what we want to do now is we want to try to get all this gray and everything out. And how we're going to do that is we're going to select our first one. It doesn't matter which one, but we're going to select it until the green's around it, and then right click, hit filters, and then we're going to add a color key. For this we will we'll hit custom color. What we really want to do is we want to get this gray here as much as we can, and an easy way to do that would be to go back to our browser right here. I'm using Google Chrome, but it works for Firefox and anything else. And then right click, and you want to find where it says inspect or inspect page or anything like that, and then click on that. And then right here in this, you can see this is our body for our whole entire thing. So you can select each one, the head and everything. We want our body though, which is basically our whole entire thing. And right here you can see our background. Our background for this one in particular is this 171717, or as close to it as we can get. So we are going to select this background color right here. You can either you can copy it or just remember the number. It's pretty easy. We will go back into our OBS. I apologize for the phone going off. Let me turn on vibrate so it doesn't do it again. And then so what we can do now is we can go right here. Let me move this in screen. Select color, and then we are going to, this is the place where we would put our 171717. So you can either type it or paste it, either way, and then hit OK. We're not quite done yet because if you can see, it's still, it darkened it a bit, but not made it how we want it. So what we're going to do is we're going to select this again, and then we're going to go to this similarity 1 through 1000. And we are going to crank this a little bit. So we want to go up. Not much. I went to 104. So if you're doing this exact same thing, you can do that as well. I'm actually let's crank it a little more because I think it still had a little bit of a glare. I can see it on my computer, so I'm gonna crank it until I can't, and then you guys can go based off that. Okay, so it's looking about 115 is where I can't see it anymore. So we'll leave this at 115. And now you do not have to do this with each one. Once you get your very first one, you can do is click it again until it's green, and then right click and hit copy filter. And then on this one, hit it till it's green, right click, paste filter. Again here, right click, paste filter. And now you should have this nice little bar going on. So what you can do, if you want to move these around right now, like when you try to move it, you're gonna have to do it one at a time, or the only other way is to try to select all three of them. But to make it a little easier on ourselves, what we can do is select all three of these, and I will show you another trick. And this is just in computers general. It doesn't matter what program. If I select one, if there's a group of things here and it's too hard to select each one individually, you can select the top one, and then either if you don't want to select some in the middle, you can go to another one and hold control and select it, or if you want everything in the middle, you hold the top one and then select the top one and then go to the very bottom one, hold shift, and then select it. It'll select everything in the middle. So we are going to select all of these and then right click and hit group selected items, and then we can just type this as Apex stats. Oops. Stats. Hit enter. I have that in my live. that's what I have it named. But anyways, you would name this Apex Stats, and then you can close this little group right here, and then they're all one. So when you try to move them, they're all together. It's basically like its own little piece, and then you can solo it, you can lock it, you can do whatever. But anyways, I hope you guys got something out of this, and I hope it helped you guys. Until next time, peace.